Lisa Page apparently has something to hide. She has been in complete defiance of cooperation with the House Judiciary Committee and the Oversight and Government Reform Committee for 7 months now. This subpoena is still in effect. I think it's very important for her to understand that, and she should comply with it, and she should comply with it now before she's held in contempt of Congress, which could happen as soon as Friday.
Former FBI lawyer Lisa Page failing to appear in front of House lawmakers today, and now sources are telling Fox News that the Judiciary Committee is sending a letter to her attorney requiring her to appear tomorrow, along with Peter Strzok, or to a closed-door deposition on Friday. Otherwise, she could face contempt. Here now to react is Republican Congressman James Comer from Kentucky. Sir, her lawyers have responded and said that she has made it abundantly clear that she will cooperate with this investigation through both her actions and words. And all she asks is to be treated like other witnesses, that she just needs the time, access to the documents, so that she can properly be prepared. What do you think about that?
Well, I think she's had plenty of time, and with respect to her saying she's prepared to cooperate, she's off to a very bad start because Congress has been requesting an interview with her, a deposition for 7 months now. So it's time for her to answer some questions. The whole nation is in turmoil now, having to sit back and wait and wonder and worry about the special investigation, the Mueller investigation. This is something that, as more and more information comes out from the FBI and DOJ, it does appear to be a witch hunt. It's something that's been very expensive. It's something that has consumed a lot of time in Washington. It's been hard on the president, and we need to wrap this up. Yeah. But we can't wrap it up without testimony from Lisa Page.
I mean, it's your committee. What would you ask her?
Well, I have a lot of questions about the text. We have possession of the text between she and Peter Strzok. They're very concerning. They clearly show a bias. There were texts that read that Peter Strzok hoped that Hillary Clinton won $100 million to zero. There was a text between Strzok and Page that said we have an insurance policy, and Strzok assured Page that Hillary would win. So when you have two very important investigators in the Hillary email scandal, as well as the Russia investigation, with this type of bias, it's very concerning. So we're going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I imagine you have the same question for him tomorrow. He's already responded, I guess, that in his other testimony that we didn't get to see, that basically these are just personal texts, doesn't mean anything.
Well, I can imagine what the FBI would do if they were on the other end and had texts like that from people that they were interrogating. They would use those to the max. So we expect better out of our intelligence community. This has certainly given the intelligence community a black eye. There are a lot of questions that the American people have, and there will be a lot of questions that we'll have tomorrow for Peter Strzok.
What do you think is the result of what happens tomorrow? I mean, if he comes forward and he just says these were personal texts, they didn't mean anything, what is achieved?
Well, I think, it's obviously going to show that he has no credibility. The fact that he was on both the Hillary email investigation as well as the Russia meddling investigation, that appears to me to be a conflict of interest, especially when you take into account that he clearly had a bias against President Trump. He clearly wanted the president to lose the election. And we all know the FBI played a huge role in the final weeks and days of the presidential election, and that's not supposed to happen. Regardless of if you're a Democrat or Republican, you shouldn't have the FBI on the front page of the paper every day.
But real quick, so does that mean that the goal here is to discredit the Mueller investigation? Because that's what the other side is saying, and you're saying if he led it and he did these things, then you can't really believe in it. So it almost sounds like the same thing.
It's not to discredit the Mueller investigation. Chairman Gowdy's made it perfectly clear, as well as Bob Goodlatte. We want this thing to wrap up. It's lasted over a year. As far as I'm concerned, I have not seen 1 ounce of evidence that would imply that Donald Trump did anything wrong. If they have evidence, they need to bring it forward. But this is going to be part of the whole process. And Congress, when we request information from a federal government agency, we should get it. We shouldn't have to fight like this to get information from our intelligence community.
Congressman Comer, thank you.
Thank you.